Hello everybody and welcome to another movie review. Today I'm going to review another Laika entertainment film, ParaNorman. Yes, ParaNorman is like Coraline, a stop-motion animated film. And the genre, it is something like a zombie film, just with something special in it. What is not typical for a zombie film, but it still has some cliches of a zombie film. But first, the animation. The animation looks gorgeous. It is brilliant. I also love this puppet animation, I would still call it, because everything they built themselves. They built the puppets, so the characters. They also built all the houses and everything. Just it is so much work that is put to this animation that is just brilliant, and there's much more work in it than the computer animation. So I love that very much, and I think it is incredible that it looks so real, though they really make this with these puppets and so on. I also like the movements of those puppets and so on. It has something unique, and I really love that, as like I also loved in Coraline. Then the effects are amazing. I don't know even if they also made the effects without a computer. That would be it would be amazing, really incredible. The sky, sometimes when it gets darker and so on, the sky looks then really, oh my god, so amazing. And especially in the ending scene, the animation is so gorgeous and so incredibly amazing. So the animation is really top. Then let's move on into the story. The story seems not to be so original or so special, because our main character Norman is just like, well, he is just the character, the boy who is not really accepted, who is a mobbing victim. A victim of mobbing, and yes, so he is he is a bit crazy for the others. He's not normal in the eyes of the general society there, and also his parents, especially his father, are don't really accept him as he is, because he has a special ability. He can see ghosts of people who are dead. He can also see the ghost of his grandma being in his room, and also on the street he sees many ghosts that only he can see. So he speaks even with the ghosts. So for other people, of course, it seems like he's a freak, and so he's mobbed, and yes, he has a hard life. But there's also one friend. He gets someone who's more who's chubby, and yes, but I really also like this character. But well, first the story. The story is then has later something with a witch who summons all the ghosts and zombies. So the zombies are cursed by this witch, and yes, so he has to put the witch back to sleep, Norman, so that the whole curse can be solved. And yes, that is in some way the plot, and then also his family members are in this, and there are some funny moments. And then the ending has a very great twist, the third act, that is very brilliant. I haven't expected that. For the first two acts, I would say it is okay. It is sometimes funny. I like the animation. It has a bit of suspense, but it seems not to be something special, because something like the zombies and so on. So yeah, what is special about this? And yes, that doesn't seem so amazing. But then the end really makes this puts this film to a whole new level, high above. And that is really amazing what in the end comes out, because there's the question, what is the witch? What made the witch so bad that she made these bad things? And there's really an amazing past behind that, and that is so brilliant, because it supports a very great message of the film. Just this message is It's just very, very good. I like that, especially I can also relate to that because I'm also more something like an underdog and not somebody who's very popular and so on. So yeah, I also can really relate to this main character, Norman. And yes, well, the message is in some way, the message is something like, you shouldn't concentrate on all the people who behave bad against you or who are bad against you, but you should more concentrate on those persons who accept you, who like you, and so that you shouldn't, yes, that you should concentrate on the good things in some way. And even though there are many bad things and so on, what also Norman has to learn, that he's also something like a freak, and he's also very angry against all the people who treat him so bad because he's something like a freak and so on. But also he has to learn that a revenge or vengeance, or how you might call it, revenge, that it is not so good. It's something like the people who treat me so bad shall feel the same bad things, but that doesn't makes you more happy, or that doesn't bring you anything. That makes you also to a bad person like them. And just something like, should more ignore all these idiots, but that you should concentrate on the persons who like you. Like Norman has also this chubby guy who wants to be his friend and is also a bit not so accepted and so on. So yeah, that you should concentrate on the good things, on the good persons. And yeah, I think every underdog has to learn that, and that is also a great message of the film, and I really love that. And yes, then to the characters. The main character Norman, I can relate to him, so I like him, but he's nothing really special. He's just somebody who also says, I want to make it more, I want more to be alone. But that is really, I can really relate to that, because I was a few years ago, I just feel like the same way, that I thought I don't want to have any friends, or go away from me, I don't want to have to do with anyone. And that's just how he feels, and I can so really understand that. And so this character is very relatable for me, and I think for everyone else who's also more something like an underdog. So I can really relate to this character very much. And yes, but then in the end he also develops and then also accepts more the friendship between then Neil. Neil is the character who's more something like chubby, who wants to be his friend. And yes, that is also great. And then also the family members are also developing in the end, and I also like that in some way. It has a very cool ending, and especially just the thing with the witch and Norman. They have at the end a very great conversation with great dialogue. He also fights in some way the witch, or more the witch fights Norman to get rid of him. And that is very, very great animated, and then there's such a great conversation at the end that is very, very fabulous, very, very great, just. Yes. And then let's come to the music. The music is good. I haven't heard much of it. One scene at the beginning when we see that he sees all these ghosts when he goes through the city, there I hear the music, and this I like quite much. It has something emotional also, and then at the end with this great emotional ending and so on, there was also the music very great. I also like that. But for the rest of the film, I didn't really pay attention to the music, so I can't really say something to that. I wouldn't say it is something so special, not something like Coraline, for example. But still, it is good music. And yeah, and also I have to say, I also like the humor of the film. I think in some points it was very funny with the zombies and so on. That gave quite funny scenes. So I like that very much. And yes, in the end I can say I like ParaNorman. especially for the third act with the ending, with the surprising twist and everything, and the animation is gorgeous all the way through. It has good humor, it has some good and relatable characters, and yes, the music is okay. So in the end I would say it is definitely a good film, which is really worth to watch. But I don't know, it is not as good as Coraline in my opinion. I compare them because this is also like a film from the same studio. So Coraline I really prefer, and I think ParaNorman just has, because of this zombie story, it is not so unique, not so special, that you don't really feel like you are watching something new. But then the end changes this a bit, that makes it something special, but it's just more like the end is really amazing. But the first two acts are not that amazing, so the whole film is not perfect and not really spectacular for me. But still it has really some great moments, especially the end. So in the end I would say this is a good film, you should watch it. I don't know if I will buy me this DVD and the soundtrack to it, I don't know. But still I can say it is a good film and definitely worth to check it out at least for once, to watch it once. So yes, that was it with my review. Yeah, tell me in the comments what you think about the film, or haven't seen it, or yes, tell me what you think about the film, and give me your feedback, how you liked this review. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, it would be a great support, and subscribe my channel if you like my videos, and share it with your friends if you want to. So yeah, you can do everything to support me. And yes, then I just have to say goodbye till the next video.